Hello everyone, I hope you're all fine. So today I decided to make a short video on how to make braids, how to plait braid. Yeah, braid is a common hairstyle, but it might baffle you to know that many people don't know how to make it. So for a start, I'm showing us what you really need. The first one is a rat tail comb, or you can even improvise. Its main purpose is to create a clean part on your client's hair to define the part. So with the rat tail comb, you can be able to define the part of the section of hair you want to braid. Yeah. So whatever section that you cut out, you can use the white two-tailed comb to comb it through to ease out tangles. It detangles the hair and makes this hair section to be very workable. So when you comb the hair section through, you can easily be flipping your fingers through the hair section while we are braiding without meeting much obstacles. Now with the rat tail comb, or you call it whatever name, some call it picking comb, we are trying to cut out the hair section on the mannequin's head. This time around we are using the mannequin. And not on a client, but it's same process. When you cut out the hair section that you want to work on, the next thing is to divide the hair section into 3. Try as much as possible to divide it into 3 equal parts. When these subsections are equal, as you're making your braid, you'll find that it balances out. It will be so seamless, very sleek. Most of the hair Bob Marleys, you call it Bob Marley, you call it braid, whatever, most of the Bob Marleys that you see and you admire is because the hairstylists are rolling down a great work on it. So with this your 3 section, depending on your startup hand, like me, I start up with, and I can start up with any hand, any finger, either my left hand or my right hand, depending on the one you're starting up with. But take note of your index finger, the index finger and your thumb. With this index finger that I'm showing you, the pointer, some call it Peter pointer, the index finger, you use it to lift the hair section that was in the middle. You see how the hair crosses, how the index finger crosses, and then use your thumb and the index finger to grip the hair section that happens to be in the direction of the index finger. Once you do it, you use the opposite hand, the fingers of your fingers, that is the index finger and the thumb, you use it to flip whatever hair section that happens to be on top of the other index finger over and under. This is the motion used in braiding. The truth is, for someone to learn braiding, it is more of practical. Like after visualizing it, you need to practice, because without practicing, you will definitely not be able to get it. It's like mathematics. You don't know the final answer without solving. Not just any mathematics, but the advanced ones. You don't just know the final answer without you solving. So this motion needs to be carried out. You see how the middle finger is lifted on top? Yeah, that middle hair section now will be going. And you just watch the motion. Just watch how my fingers are moving. I'm trying as much as possible to make the video, to make the description very clear. Just watch how it's going. And you see with the movement of the fingers, imagine, just see the section of braid that we've created. With the movement of the fingers, we've been able to create some braid. With same motion, as you continue like that, you watch yourself complete. Just take a look. Right here, I was trying to be as slow as possible to show you how the index finger was able to push whatever hair that happens to be in the middle up and across. Remember, the tighter you grip the hair, in the sense that the tighter your fingers happens to be close to the braid that you are making, the tighter the braids will come out to be. But if your grips are loose, your braids will be loose too. Sometimes clients might request you giving them tight braid, sometimes it might be loose braid. So you use this technique and that idea of gripping it tighter or looser to make the hair, the braids that the client actually wants. Alright, with this progress, let's assume that you're the one making it. I believe by this time you must have been happy because the movement, what seems to be a very complicated movement of the fingers and the hair strand is really forming a beautiful braid. Don't be surprised at how it's going. The length of the braid that you're making depends on the length of hair of your client. So if your client's hair is long and the client also wants to have a long braid, you have to continue the same movement till wherever the client's hair, the length of the hair reaches, they can then drop. Seeing how swift my fingers are moving, I'm moving so happy. And how swift is moving, like it gives me a vibe. But I just hope that you as the viewer, you understand what I'm doing. See how beautiful the braid has been formed. Forget that you're working on a mannequin's, you're working on a mannequin's hair. It's the same method whenever you're working on a client's hair. The only difference is you determine how painful, how tight the grip, the root of your braid is, how tight it should be based on client choice. Because if you grip it too tight, it might come out to be too painful. But if you grip the root as mild as possible without ending up having a tattered look of braid, it will not disturb the client, especially at the nape of the hair. Especially at the necks. So right now, the section that we did was not too big, was not too small, but now I'm trying to show us the difference it can make when braiding a thicker section of hair. Just like the same process we did for the smaller hair braid, you still divide your hair section into 3 subsections. These 3 subsections are what you'll be twisting round. They keep moving over and under each other to give you the beautiful braid that we all know. Have you seen how my fingers are moving? With the help of the index finger, you lift the middle section up. When you are gripping the other hair section, you flip it over with a grip. Starting your hair up this way, it helps you to have a firmer grip at the root of the client's hair. Don't worry, you see when I'll switch to a more comfortable position for braiding. Gripping it like this helps to have a firmer grip at the root. I decided to redraw it to show you better how to go about it. With the unraveling of the braid, you comb it through to the tangle, get your 3 sections out, and your index finger starts the work. It's still the same process with you having a firmer grip with this hand position. Did you notice something? Notice how I swapped from the motion, from the way I was gripping the hair. I swapped to a more comfortable position of braiding. Don't worry, when you practice it, it comes instinctively. That's the middle goes over, the middle section goes over, thereby pushing whatever hair, if the middle section is moving to the right, over to the right, it pushes the hair that happens to be at the right to the middle. You're really having a progress. You're approaching the tip of the hair. Just know that when you're making this braid, you'll be having some flyers that can easily be controlled, either with you using gel, but the ideal thing is when you're done, you can trim off the hair or the flyers. I believe you've learned something. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.